All right, let's keep rolling. Just a few games left here. Next up, 4 p.m. Eastern, we have the 14th ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys, 4-1, 3-1 in the Big 12 at Kansas State Wildcats. Manhattan, Kansas, 69 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy. This is one of the few games where there is expected to be wind issues for the quarterback, 19 miles per hour. Oklahoma State coming off their first loss of the year, surprising 41-34. Overtime loss at home to Texas. Kansas State coming off an ugly 37-10 loss at West Virginia. We have Ron Crawford in the chat here who says Georgia -3.5 top play. Ron Crawford came into our Monday show and said, get on West Virginia as soon as possible. Get on them now. And, man, was he right. John, you are looking at this Big 12 matchup. What's your angle, my man?
Oklahoma State, and it's based on the 28 points scored again. I hate saying the same thing over and over again, but Oklahoma State has a very high probability of scoring 28 or more, and that puts them in a situation of being 13-5 against the spread the last 3 years. And then they are 131-57 over the last 10 years when they score 28 or more. Further, they're going to allow 22 as the projection. And in situations like that where the Cowboys allow 22 or fewer, they are 45-15 to the number over the last 10 years, 5-2-1 the last 3 years. And then we get to the ugly stuff with Kansas State. Let me get to a betting system here just because of time. This system has gone 65% winners over the last 5 seasons, and every single season is in a profitable one. It's 152, 86, and 2 pushes. So if you like action, this is why I'm mentioning it, because a lot of people like to have a system that they can know 2 or 3 picks every week might come up. And it's pretty simple. You play against underdogs of 10 to 21 points, including those 2 numbers, after a game in which they were outrushed by 125 or more yards. Simple as that. 47% of these games have covered the spread by more than 7.5 points. So although simple, it's been quite profitable. So I'm on Oklahoma State here.
Oklahoma State for John Ryan. Let's move over to Noli Knows. Oklahoma State Cowboys, Kansas State Wildcats.
Yeah, I mean, I was going back and forth in this game a little bit. For me, when I look in the totals perspective, Oklahoma State at much slower pace than what you are accustomed to in the past. And when you look at some of these tougher opponents that Kansas State have faced, they really haven't been able to put up many points. You know, they put up 55 against Kansas. And so the numbers, I think, get a little bit inflated. But recently, I just don't like how Oklahoma State's defense has been playing. They looked a little bit better earlier in the year, but still only giving up 125 yards rushing, 174 passing. I think Oklahoma State, is the clear side here just because of that defense and the way that they're able to move the ball on offense. But, I mean, you look at 440 total yards of offense for Oklahoma State. But me personally, I'm off this game. I wouldn't want to lay that.
Oklahoma State opens up at -10, now at 12.5. That's the opening line at Bet365. C-Mac, any move for you here in Big 12 action?
Not yet. I'm going to wait. Initially, I like Oklahoma State. I think they come back and play better after losing to Texas. But K-State got whipped. But, they beat Oklahoma 38-35. They beat Texas Tech. This is a spot, and if it keeps getting steam, like Max said, if this keeps going up, if I can get over 14.5, I'm going to go with K-State. Either at home in Manhattan as a dog, double-digit, more than 2 touchdowns. I think I'm going to jump on that side. So I'm going to wait and see how this goes here. And Oklahoma State hasn't beat anybody real convincingly this year, even with their wins. They lost last week, but with their wins all year. So I'm going to wait for this one, see how far it maybe goes up.